Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy MrMelvinnTV back in the house again with another one. I hope everyone's having a great day so far, a nice evening whenever you choose to listen to this video. I hope everything is good to go. And as usual, go ahead and hit that like, share, and subscribe button for me. And with that said, we're going to get right into the video. And for this portion, I'm just going to do 10 through 6. Then I'll come back with a second video and do 5 through 1. So we'll make it 2 parts. Alright, let's get started. On the first state that's unique within the United States, I got coming in my home state, where I'm from, Louisiana. Louisiana is the 18th state. It's nicknamed the Bayou State. The Louisiana Purchase happened in like 1803. Then Louisiana actually became a state in like August 30th, 1812. And what's cool about Louisiana is it's the only state that has parishes. All the other states have counties. Louisiana is the only state who have parishes. It's pretty cool. Louisiana was named after King Louis XIV of France. So Louisiana has a heavy French influence in it, especially when you get down to like Baton Rouge, Lafayette, and all those areas down in there, Lake Charles. And there's people who live in Louisiana who actually speak fluent French, which is pretty cool for a state like that. They've got a lot of French speakers. It has the largest Cajun population, so there's a lot of Cajuns down there in Louisiana. The state has 4.6 million people in it, so it's not a highly populous state, but it's still very unique. And the capital is Baton Rouge, Louisiana. That's the capital of Louisiana. And they have 2 professional sports teams. One, the New Orleans Saints, NFL, and the second one, the New Orleans Pelicans from the NBA. So Louisiana is like my home state. I'm actually from Monroe, Louisiana, where I was born and raised. And I spent a lot of time on the West Coast, which is probably why I was like, hold up, he doesn't sound like he's from Louisiana. That's why I spent a lot of time on the West Coast. But anyway, coming in at number 10, we got Louisiana, the Bayou State. Coming in at number 9, we have the great state of Washington. That's Washington State. That's not Washington, D.C. It's actually Washington State. And Washington State is the 42nd state in the U.S. and is nicknamed the Evergreen State and was formed in 1889. So it's been around for a while, guys. 1889. Now, I spent 21 years in this state, in the Western Washington and Seattle, Washington. So I know a thing or two about Washington State. Washington State has the largest ferry fleet in the U.S. So Seattle sits by Puget Sound, which is the Pacific Ocean. And there's a lot of islands near Seattle. You got Vashon, you got Bainbridge, you got a few others. I want to say San Juan's is over that way as well. So everybody usually take the ferry to work. They'll take the ferry across the sound and they come to Seattle and they go to work and they'll catch the ferry back to the island and drive back to wherever they're from. It's pretty cool. Washington State has the most apples in the U.S. It is a large apple producer. It's the second wine producing region in the U.S. behind California. Of course, California is #1 in wine. You all should know that. Washington State is the only state that's named from a former president, which is George Washington. Duh. Washington State has 5 volcanoes, 4 that are dormant, 1 is like semi-active, and that's Mount St. Helens. And from Seattle on a very nice day, or anywhere in Tacoma, you can see Mount Rainier. It has snow on it year-round. It's I think it's at 14,000 feet up, if I'm not mistaken. It's very beautiful. Washington State is very scenic. Even when you go to eastern Washington, like Spokane and Pullman, where Washington State University is at, that place it's drier and it's more warm over there, but it's still scenic as well. They have something to offer over that way as well. There are 29 recognized Native American tribes in the state of Washington. Just if I can remember a few off the top, you got Nisqually, you got Tulalip, Puyallup, Cowlitz, Yakima, who else? Snohomish, Naquami, Tillamook, It's so many. I was just naming a few just that I remember. Oh, Muckleshoot. So yes, a few out there. That region, Western Washington, has a heavy Native American influence on it. Washington State has the largest hydroelectric dam at the Grand Coulee Dam. Washington State also is the home of these businesses started in Washington State. Boeing started in Washington State. Amazon started in Washington State. Starbucks started in Washington State. And Microsoft started in Washington State. So those are 4 heavy hitters that all started in one state. Washington State also has the longest floating bridge in the world. I have driven across both floating bridges. I don't know how many times. Too many times to count. I don't know how many times I drove across, but I definitely drove across them. The entire state of Washington has 7.7 million people in it. The capital is Olympia. And Washington State, mainly Seattle, has sports teams as well. Start out with the Seattle Seahawks, NFL, Seattle Mariners, MLB, Seattle Sounders, that's soccer, the Seattle Storm, that's WNBA, the Seattle Kraken, that's the NHL hockey team, the Seattle Dragons, if you're an XFL fan, and they also have, starting next season, not this season, next season, they're bringing back the Seattle Supersonics. So they're coming back to Seattle. I think they're going to expand the team. I think Las Vegas is getting a team as well, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, that's number 9. We got the great state of Washington. Creeping on to number 8. All right, number 8, we got Colorado. Colorado coming in at number 8. Colorado is the 38th state in the U.S. and is nicknamed the Centennial State. It came into the Union August 1st, 1876. So here's another state that's been around for a while, since the late 1800s. Colorado has the largest natural hot springs swimming pool in the world, and they have the highest paved roads at 14,260 feet. Man, you talking about some light air. You won't be able to breathe. It'd be pretty much damn near impossible to breathe up there. I don't know, you had to, I guess it'll take a while for your body to adjust, but you know, that's dang near a mile high, if not higher. They have a lot of scenic views, Denver, the city of Denver is actually nicknamed the Mile High City, which is pretty cool. With Colorado, I've been there before. Very, very scenic state. So much to see, so much to do. You think that winters is harsh? Yeah, they have harsh winters, but they have a crew of like snow plows. As soon as it snows, they just push it right out of the way. You're not gonna miss work. You're not gonna miss school. You're not gonna miss anything. Ever, unless it's just a blizzard. That won't be the only way you miss anything. You know, it's the home of the Rockies. They got an entire mountain range going through there. Colorado Rockies, man, they up there. And it's like I said, it's very scenic. I've been to Aspen. Aspen is the equivalent of Beverly Hills. So if you up in Aspen or Vail, you gotta have some money. You know, everything up there is expensive, man. It's super expensive, especially Aspen. But it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. You know, it's Colorado's version of Beverly Hills. But it's a very scenic state. A lot of hiking, a lot of national parks. There's a lot to do. It's a very beautiful state. That's what makes it unique, because the elevations are like so high up like that. And they have like, I want to say they have 80, let me make sure I get the right state. Yeah, I want to say they got 80 like peaks of 14,000 feet plus. I mean, those are some high mountain ranges, man. They all up there 14,000 feet a piece. That's insane. But anyway, man, that's Colorado, bro. Coming in at number 8. You ever get a chance to get there, go check it out. I know they got that spooky ass airport. You know, they got the spooky airport up there. It's super scary to land into. You see all kind of end of the world murals and all kind of Mason stuff. Just a lot of stuff going on. I don't know what's going on there. Oh yeah, they also have the world's highest suspension bridge. It's the Royal George Bridge. It's the highest. I mean, it's super high, like over like 1,100 feet. And they also have like the tallest sand dunes, like 750 feet. So you can hike that joint. Go up there and hike it, and just enjoy the day. Pretty cool. Oh, and the song "America the Beautiful" was inspired by Pikes Peak, which is also in Colorado. Yeah, that's Colorado. We're gonna move on to number 7. Oh yeah, no. Before we move on to number 7, Colorado got sports teams too. My bad. They have the Denver Broncos, NFL, the Colorado Avalanche, NHL, the Colorado Rockies, MLB, the Denver Nuggets, NBA, and the Colorado Rapids. I don't know who they are. I just wrote it down. Anyway, now we're gonna move on to number 7. Number 7, bro. We got Alaska. We got Alaska coming in at number 7. And Alaska was the 49th state to come into the U.S. and is nicknamed the Frontier State. And it came into the Union January 3rd, 1959. And Alaska is the largest state in the U.S. People are like, no, it ain't. It's Texas. No, it's not. You can put 2 Texas inside of 1 Alaska. That's how big Alaska is. Alaska is huge. Texas is like 268,000 area miles. Alaska is like 663,000 area miles. So you do the math, and you can put 2 Texas inside of Alaska. That's how big it is. It's huge. I mean, it is huge. You know what makes this state so unique? They have like 12,000 rivers, 3 million lakes, 100,000 glaciers. This is the only place you can see the Aurora Borealis, like the northern lights, the little green stuff that go up in the atmosphere. You're like, ooh, that's cool. That's probably one of the only few places you can see it. But you can see it in other places too, I guess closer to Canada. But definitely Alaska, you can see it up there. Beautiful. And it also has the most dormant volcanoes than any other state, even more than Washington. So they have the most dormant dormant volcanoes, even more than Hawaii. It's the home of the Iditarod dog sled race. So that's when the dogs pull the dude on back of the sled, and they do it for miles and miles. Don't know why they do it, but hey, it's the tradition of Alaska. Alaska is also known for great fishing, seafood. Guys go up there to crab fish. Guys go up there to work on those fishing canneries. Go out there and get that money, but it's very dangerous. Very dangerous to go out there on that Bering Sea, because that's where they be at. Bering Sea. But as far as the scenery, the wildlife, one of my friends are from Alaska. They say every morning before they went to school, they had to look out the window and make sure, no wild animals was out there. I said, well, like some wolves? They're like, no, a moose. I said, what the hell a moose gonna do? They said, dude, you must ain't never seen a moose. I said, man, that thing is huge. It is huge. If you got a calf with it, if the mom has a calf with it, just don't go nowhere near it, because she's gonna buck up on you and run after you. What also makes Alaska so unique is that they have a lot of natural resources. They have coal, oil, natural gas, zinc, lumber, and the residents of Alaska get paid up to $2,000 a year just to live there. Hey, they get a stipend of the oil money. That's kind of cool. No other state does that at all. The other 49 states won't give you nothing but a hard time and some taxes. So that's what makes Alaska stands out. Just the beauty, and you get paid to live there. Kind of cool. You have to get used to being cold all the time, but get used to that. I think it's time of a year to where it's like 30 days of night or 30 days of daylight. Don't quote me on that. It could be longer or it could be shorter. I didn't research that part, but I know there is a long stint to where the sun just does not go down. It's daytime all the time. Then there's a stint to where the sun don't come up. It's nighttime all the time. So that's another thing that makes Alaska super unique. And it would take somebody special to live there, because most people can't handle that. Anyway, the population of Alaska is 736,000 people. The capital is Juneau, Alaska, and Alaska has no professional sports teams. Geez, I wonder why. That's Alaska. It's a very nice state, man. I should have ranked it higher, but I put it at 7. And the reason I put it at 7, because at number 6, I got Florida. You say, why you put Florida so low? You'll see when I get to the top 5 why Florida's so low at number 6. Florida is the 27th state in the U.S. It's nicknamed the Sunshine State. It came into the Union March 3rd of 1845. We all know about Florida's beaches. We all know about South Beach in Miami. Everything about Florida, with the exception of some other negative stuff I hear about Florida sometimes, is the state is phenomenal as far as beauty, scenery, stuff to do. You know, they got Key West, they got Key Largo. Like I say, you got South Beach, Fort Lauderdale, you got Tampa Bay, you got Busch Gardens, you got Disney World, you got Universal Studios. There's just all kinds of cool stuff to do in Florida, and it makes it unique because of the access to all the beaches. Florida has the most golf courses in the U.S. You can go there if you're a golfer. You want to go down there and play some golf, it's there for you. Pick a course. You know, Florida is usually the place where people go to retire. That's a retirement state. Most people go down there to retire and just live their life happily ever after, whatever that may be. Florida is also the only state where they have never found any dinosaur fossils. I guess they didn't want to be over there. So yeah, that's what makes Florida so cool, man. Is, you know, like South Beach alone, man, just sets everything off. You know, everything about Disneyland. Disney World. Sorry. It's just a very unique state. Very cool state. Laid back state. So yes, that's why Florida's number 6. Because it's all that. They have a population of 21.2 million people. That's a lot of people living in one state. But hey, who don't want to live where the fun at? And their capital is Tallahassee. Florida has several sports teams. We're going to go with, it's got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, NFL. We got the Miami Dolphins, NFL. We got the Florida Panthers, NHL. We got the Miami Heat, NBA. We got the Tampa Bay Lightning, NHL. We got the Tampa Bay Rays, MLB. The Miami Marlins, MLB. The Jacksonville Jaguars, NFL, and the Orlando Magic, NBA. Yeah, that's it, man. That's the top 6, man. We're going 10 through 6. Now I come back with a second video doing 5 through 1, because if I would have tried to squeeze all this in here together, man, this video would have been super long, and I know the attention span on most people is extremely short. Anyway, man, I'm gonna come back with you guys with the second video of number 5, 4, 3, and 1 states that are so unique, what makes them unique inside the United States. Once again, I said all 50 states are unique. Don't get mad if your state ain't on the list. It is what it is. Anyway, man, like I said, don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe button, man. This your boy, MrMelvinnTV, coming at you with another one. Hope everybody's having a nice day once again. And until next time, I'll hit you again with that part 2. All right, peace.